Hello, Com 100 students. My name is Bill Wolf. I am excited to be welcoming you to the Fall 2025 section of Intro to Communication, a fully asynchronous course in which we are going to be doing, hopefully, a lot of really fun stuff. This is my second time teaching this class. The first one was Fall 2023. I have been on sabbatical for the last year, so please excuse any minor hiccups that I'm having because I'm having trouble remembering how a lot of this stuff works, which is the point of sabbatical, is taking a break from all this. I have been teaching at the college level since 1997, if you can believe it. And I have been in the Communication and Media Studies department since 2015. So it's been wonderful to be here, and I'm thrilled to be able to introduce communication to you in this class. It is an asynchronous course, which I understand is really great because it allows you to have your own schedule and allows you to do the work on your own time. But there are fewer deadlines. There are fewer check-ins with me as the professor than in a traditional classroom. So the burden or the onus on getting a lot of the work done is going to be on you. Significantly more than it is if you're just coming to class and I can say, hey, what's going on? So if you are finding that you are having trouble keeping up, that you are forgetting to do the work, which has happened in the past with asynchronous courses, please reach out to me so that we can schedule a meeting and talk about it. All right. My goal is for you to be successful in here, to have some fun, and we want to make sure that that happens. Okay, so let's take a look at and talk about the course a little bit. I'm going to click this button here and see if this works. Yep, there I go down in the corner. All of the work for the class is going to be on this website. The URL of which was in the email that I emailed to you, everyone in the class earlier in the week. There is also a link to it on the Canvas course. Now, I do not use Canvas for a host of reasons, one of which being I don't think it's responsible money for the university to be spending millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars at least when we can just build some websites. I also prefer to have all of my educational materials in the public space so it can become a resource for other people. I have learned over the years a lot from others' websites, public spaces from their classes, and I like to be able to give back when I can, and this is one of the ways that I could do that. I also went to public universities for my graduate school, and everything was public, so I like that to be everything to be in the public domain. I also think that students are getting a little bit too comfortable with Canvas, and Canvas doesn't exist outside of universities. You have to be able to get adjusted to other environments to do research, to find materials, to engage with, and this website is a way to help you do that. Now, this is a 100 level course. Ironically, there are nearly everyone in the class is a senior. So the material is designed at the 100 level, but you seniors, put in as much as you can to bump up the work. It would be absolutely wonderful. Everything that you're going to need to know about the class is on this course website. The front page contains materials about the course. My office hours actually are going to be different than what is here, and I'll let you know when those change. My email address, my pronouns, all that kind of stuff. The full syllabus is here. We'll be talking about that in a little bit. Everything here on the front page. The course calendar, everything that you're going to need about the class is going to be on the course calendar. You will see that it is broken down by weeks, and I've got these little jump links so that you can scroll down to, say, week 10 if you need to, and then you can go back up to the top. The video of the week will be placed right here. So, for example, the week 12 video, when we get there, will be up in this area, so you don't have to scroll down. That will start in week 2, actually, and because week 1 is right here at the top. And then thereafter, all of the work will be underneath that weekly heading. So this video, which I'm recording at the moment, will be in this area right here to be added. And all of the work, the homework for the week, will be in a yellow box, as it is right here. And I'll get to the assignment in a little bit. All of the projects, links to the projects that we have, will be in this area right here. All of the video tutorials and the weekly videos will be in one space over here, organized by week as well. And then all of our readings will be in this area. And the password for this, which was in the email that I sent on Saturday or Friday, is SJU. You'll click on that, and that will bring you to the list of readings that we'll have, as well as the link to our Zoom page for any individual meetings that we have or office hours. I will also be putting quick links in this area here to all the assignments, so you don't necessarily have to click on the projects page. And any design spaces that we'll be using or will be discussed will be linked in this area so that you have easy access to them. All right, so I'm hoping that the course website is pretty usable and user-friendly and intelligible, and that you'll be able to find everything in here. The other thing that you're going to need to make sure that you're doing throughout the semester is checking your email regularly, because I do not, like I said, I do not use Canvas and I do not post updates through Canvas. Any updates are coming through your email. So please get used to checking that at as a regular basis. All right. So the course description. The primary goal of this section is to provide you with a communication experience consistent with our contemporary moment, where design, visuals, and photography play such outsized roles. Toward that end, you can expect to learn about the history of communications, ranging from the invention of alphabetic writing through the invention of movable type and word processing, and up to the recent proliferation of artificial intelligence, as well as the history of and contemporary use of photography. Our discussions will include subjects relating to ethics, copyright, and diversity, and you're going to learn about and put into practice theories and techniques associated with visual design and photography composition. Now, I know many of you, or nearly all of you, are not communications majors. A lot of you from the business school, a lot of you are in the health sciences, some of you are from art. So I'm hoping that this work is something new for you, something that is going to be a break from the routine of your life. It is not onerous. Like I said, it is a 100 level course, but it is going to be introducing you to some cool stuff, and you'll be designing some cool things. The first design project is a poster that you're going to be making. The second project is a photo essay. And the final project is one where you combine all the stuff that we're going to be doing. There are no quizzes or exams in this class. I don't even know how I would do that asynchronously. And there is going to be a presentation and professionalization component. So the work that you are going to be submitting is going to be through slideshows and in other places as well. And we're going to be learning about slideshow design and also some memo writing if we can get to that. Throughout the course, you're going to keep a weekly discussion and design journal, which I'll be showing you in a minute. This will give me a centralized place to look at each of your work individually. You won't have access to everybody else's, other people's design journals. And it's going to give you a central place to keep track of all of your work. All right. And if any of the thing in the class should concern you or confuse you or trouble you, please don't hesitate to reach out. I try my best to get back to emails immediately or as soon as possible. And I'm very student-centered faculty member professor, and I like to ensure that you are getting the most out of a class that you're taking. Okay? There's no shame in seeking extra help. We all need it at some time. That leads us into this section on practicing self-care. This is extremely important. As you know, we are living through very stressful times for a host of different reasons, and it is very important to take care of yourself. College is about more than classes and homework. You are not, and I do not consider you to be homework machines. Please do your best to maintain a healthy lifestyle by eating well, exercising, avoiding drugs and alcohol, getting enough sleep, and taking time to relax away from your work. Okay, doing so will allow you to achieve your goals, or hopefully help you achieve your goals and cope with stress. However, if you are experiencing problems with your mental health that interfere with your academic experiences, even just a little bit, and negatively impacting your health, please reach out to somebody and seek help. Too often there is a negative stigma associated with experiencing distress and seeking assistance. This should not be the case. You can reach out to me and I can put you in touch with somebody. Reach out to your friends or family members, and there's information right here. I am not going to talk through this entire thing. You do not want to listen to me blather on, but these are the course objectives. Everything that we are going to be doing in this class is associated with one of these objectives. All right, so if you're wondering, Bill, why are we doing this? Come take a look at the objectives. It's going to relate in some way. And on each assignment, I will let you know specifically which objective the assignment is addressing. All right. There are no required texts in this class. We're going to be using various articles and videos, which are going to be on the readings and text page and or the course calendar. The only required materials that you are going to have are a free Canva account. You're going to need to have a cell phone, a smartphone of some way that can take pictures. I have to add that too here. And you will need to have headphones or earbuds, perhaps while we're on a Zoom meeting. Okay, there's some stuff here about being in Zoom. Please don't do Zoom in your car. I've had students show up in their car while they're driving. No, we're ending that right now. Okay, this is how the grades are broken down. This is how late work is handled. All major assignments and design journal entries must be completed in order to pass the class. So it is better to complete an assignment late than not to complete it at all. No attendance, obviously. Stuff on academic technology, universal learning, traditional stuff right here. If you need to go to the Writing Center, it's there for you. Academic honesty. Now, we are living in this age of AI, which is just not wonderful. I mean, it's fun to do little ridiculous things in AI, but in terms of learning, it is making people dumber than social media has been making people dumber. Don't use it for the classwork. You will be asked to use it for one assignment to help you generate content, so you don't have to worry about that when we're focusing on design stuff. But otherwise, for reading responses, for other things that we're doing in class, do not use ChatGPT or other forms of AI to assist in part or whole when completing those assignments. All right. If you do, the violation is you're going to fail the class, not just the assignment, but the entire class. So please do not use that. I have run the prompts through various AIs. I know what blather it spits out. I have run the assignments through various photo creation AIs and have seen how they're not able to handle what I'm doing, what the prompts are. So don't. You're not getting anything out of it. You're paying for this class. You're here. Take advantage of the time that we have together to learn something cool that is perhaps unique from what you've been doing. Okay. All right. We're at 14 minutes. I'm going to move this along a little bit. So on the course calendar, you'll see each week there will be a video introducing you to the work of the week. Okay. And it will be posted for that particular week up here in the weekly video assignment, weekly assignment section, and then eventually move down to where it is so that you can always go back and see it. The first assignment, we're going to be taking things very slowly at first, just making sure everybody's here, everybody's getting caught up, and so on. There is going to be a link here for you to post some questions that you might have about the syllabus. and I will be able to answer those at a later date. And then I also would like you to complete the start of semester survey. I have emailed that to you. I'd like you to complete that because that helps me understand a little bit about who you are and your access to technology and some other things. Again, this is completely confidential. And I would like you to take a look and read through the first assignment, which will introduce you to the weekly discussion and design journal, what we're actually going to be using. Okay. Now, later in the week, you should, by Monday, you should be getting a email or a shared document. The first of which, let me make this a little bigger, is this background info. This is just because we are asynchronous. This helps me learn a little bit about you as an individual and about your background, and basically discussing your past experiences with presentation design, inquiry, each of the course objectives. And you could just enter the content here. You do not need to reshare this document because I have shared it with you. We both have access. This is just private between each one of us individually, me and you individually as the student. I am also going to be sharing with you this weekly discussion and design journal document. Again, you have your own individual one that is just available to you and to me. And you'll be putting your weekly entries in here. You'll see it's all laid out. You just have to start adding content in here. I would prefer it if you wrote the content in here so I can go back and see drafts of this. Don't write it in another document and paste it in. I prefer you write it in this document. These little links will take you down to week 5, so you could just go right down there and do that work. Again, you do not need to share this document with me. Just write it in and I will be able to go and check it on the day that it is due. The grades will be added in here, so you can see where the grades are, all in one exciting little space. Okay, there may be a couple of weeks where nothing is due when you've got projects that you're working on, but mostly there will be something to either write or add to this document each week. All right, let's see. So the weekly discussion design journal assignment, you can see, click on that. This is designed to help you think through course texts actively rather than passively, to help you think through designs and photographs and creative process, to reflect on the texts and their design work and ask clarifying and illuminating questions. And this is the course objectives that relate. So for the weeks that you are going to have readings and videos to watch, and some of them are going to be practical, like this is how you do some design work. Others are going to be theoretical. We'll be starting with the theoretical. Those are going to come with prompts where I'm going to ask you to do a written response, and those will be the discussion. Okay. For those weeks, there will be prompts for you to compose a response, and those are discussion weeks. And your discussion should be 150 to 175 words at least, and the reflection should be at least 50 to 75 words. The discussion addresses the prompt and the texts through in an engaging, insightful way. The reflection are questions that you might have, or things other than in the prompt that the reading made you think about. Things that you were wondering about, things that you wonder what I thought about. And you could post 1 or 2 questions about the readings. There could be for more clarification, something that you didn't understand, and I will go through and I will address them. I will be able to answer them. This is a way to have a more engaging sort of conversation. Okay, please use bolded headers when you're doing this work, and I'll show you what you mean. The weeks when we're doing design work, they're going to include screenshots of the work that you're doing, or actual photographs that you're doing with some descriptions about them. And again, a little reflection where you're writing about how the work challenged you or what questions you've got, and so on. Most weeks, they will be due by Thursday at 11 p.m. That way I can grade them and have them done for you for the following week. All right. And you are going to see, this is the rubric that I will be using. The A level is exceeding expectations, generally meeting expectations, below expectations, and significantly below expectation. And you can take the time to read through that. All right. So when you're doing your work in the entry here, I would like you to break this down by having one that says response. And type it in, make this bold printed. And then after that, you'll do the reflection and then type in your questions, whatever it is that you're doing, and have that under the reflection. And this is important, okay? This is part of the professionalization of the class, setting up documents the way that I'm asking you to. When you get into the job world or graduate schools and your boss or your advisor or your mentor asks you to do something the way they want you to do it, you got to do it that way. All right, because you're going to get something back saying you didn't do this the proper way. So please make sure that you are adding these headers, because that helps me understand, okay, how you are seeing this is the response and these are your reflections, or these are your discussion and reflection. So pop that in there as discussion, response or discussion, either way. And if you're doing ones for the design, you can put in design. Okay, so it just is a little visual way to help me understand the distinction between the two. All right. Okay, I have blathered on long enough. Please make sure that you check out the website. Spend some time looking around, getting familiar with it. It'd be a great idea to bookmark the website so that you don't have to go searching for it every single time. And if you do have any questions about the course or the website this first week, please send me an email. Don't ever hesitate to send me an email throughout the semester. And I look forward to seeing all of your work. And have a great first week of the semester. And I will be in touch real soon. Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.